Today, we're looking at an event company and how this event company can enhance their online presence. This specific company, Omri Events, reached out looking for a bit of a pick-me-up in terms of their online presence and what we can do to help them out. So I'm going to dive in, give a quick overview and audit of the business, and poke some holes and find some opportunities on where we can help. So Omri Events is event planning company, kind of an experience company, but specifically if you want to know exactly what they do, Omri Events, with more than 16 years of experience in Lebanon, golf, and Canada, shared passions for sound, rhythm, and beats. Each member brings a unique musical aesthetic to the band, and over the years, we've grown comfortable jumping genres and mashing it up. And basically, what anybody looking to get married, having any sort of a social event, is going to hire this group to do this special kind of performance, which actually looks pretty cool after seeing some of their videos on social media. But what they're trying to do is get in front of people that are event planners, maybe wedding planners. This is the target audience that I would be after. So just looking at the website here, right away, it needs to have a better tagline, better headline, better title tag, because be unique isn't doing it for me. What does that mean? You have to be clear. Remember, people coming from social media have a limited attention span, so you have to capture their attention in 3 seconds or they're going to bounce off of your site. And if you have a user hitting your site and bouncing off, that's a negative signal to Google that your site is not very good. All right, so it says be unique here above the fold. Right away, an easy enhancement would be maybe having not just a better title, but something that will a call to action button there as well. Now let me dive into that. So talking about titles, something like, unforgettable corporate events or unforgettable experiences for events, unforgettable weddings, something that can touch on that pain point of the person that's seeking out this service, right? So if you're a game changer for an event and you're gonna create a memorable night, say that right above the fold in that title tag there. Melody is our passion. That's cool, but it doesn't really address anything that the user might be looking for, right? It's more about the user visiting your website, not about necessarily the service that you offer. Remember, try to be the hero. Try not to be the hero, be the guide, right? Be the guide on that customer's journey. Okay, that's the goal there. Talking about a CTA, like a call to action, maybe a clear call to action above the fold here, like free event consultation, or even maybe just view our portfolio. So you can bring them somewhere on the site where they can see all of your work. You do have a gallery on the website here. So the gallery is great, but maybe something along the lines of like a testimonial or something, because the gallery just looks like a ton of different photos, which look great. And you have some videos down here as well. But again, I don't think this is really painting the picture in terms of exactly what you're doing to enhance that event experience. And I think that's an opportunity there and something to touch on. Specifically, if we're talking about a portfolio of sorts, something where maybe it includes some testimonials from that specific experience would be awesome. If you can get video testimonials, even better. Okay. Now, you might want to expand this services sections out. When we're talking about search engine optimization, having a list of services here, okay, great. But I look at this as a huge opportunity to create additional content for the website. Each one of these services, from event planning to customized shows, home Zaffa, there should be a thorough description, thorough content copy on the website describing these that's SEO optimized to ensure that you're being found when people are looking for event planning in my area, or cake shows or harp shows or violin shows. You need to be showing up on Google for all of these services, but you wouldn't be because you're not providing enough content on your website to give a signal to Google that you're credible in terms of violin shows. All right, so that's a big tip there, is showcasing your website in a way that you look like the credible source to Google. Enough about the website. That's a quick overview of the website. I do think there should, like I said, there should be a stronger call to action to get this contact us form filled. I like how it's short and concise, name, email, message. That's fine, but you might just want to have it an easier path to getting somebody to provide their contact information. Now, moving over to Facebook. The Facebook page, I think is okay. 714 likes is decent, but let's just look at this cover photo. First and foremost, you got to optimize this so the branding is consistent with the actual branding on the website. That means using the same fonts, like this Be Unique font should be the exact same font that you have on the cover photo. This is totally different, so there's a definite disconnect there. Looks a little unprofessional. Now, when you're talking about the actual content, it looks like a lot of reels and stories are being posted, nothing specific to Facebook. This is a nice piece that complements all the other efforts. So the fact that Omri is very active on their stories and reels is great. I do think there's some opportunity for some posts that are specific for Facebook, because a Facebook post is somewhat different than an Instagram post in a lot of ways in terms of kind of photo or image or video that you would use. It needs to be specific for the platform to make the most of it. Okay. Also, one other little thing here about the page, it says Omri__ events. I had a look. It looks like this was originally how the Facebook page was made back in 2020. And I understand why you might have did it to keep it consistent with the Instagram name. However, because this is the title of the page, I would just go Omri space events. You can put a space there in that area there. I would definitely do that because I'm looking at the actual URL and you got Omri events, which is great. Just make it kind of somewhat consistent here, because again, this is not necessarily something that would be searched for. It's not the username on Facebook. This is just the title. So just have it Omri event so it looks much cleaner. And I also see the call to action here is WhatsApp. I don't know how many people would go directly to WhatsApp, probably people that are referred to you, but most people, if they don't know anything about Omri events, they need to go to your website to learn more about you and what you do first, especially with the kind of business that Omri is in with providing experiences. Now, looking at the ads, they are actually running some ads, which is great, but looks like there's not too much in terms of variations. There's basically reels that are running as ads. And if you read it here, it says, get ready for high energy, one-of-a-kind performances that'll leave your guests in awe. Book now and take advantage of our exclusive deals. Nobody knows what it is. They can watch the video, but it goes straight from video to book now, which goes directly to a WhatsApp combo. It seems to be a bit of a disconnect there. I think there needs to be a little more education, even in the copy of it, explaining how the process works, maybe even some testimonials. I think that copy can be dragged out a bit more to provide more education if you are going to send that user directly from that ad over to WhatsApp. Otherwise, if you're going to have a short copy, then drive that traffic to the website so they can further educate themselves and then retarget them later on. Okay. The beautiful thing about videos is you can retarget people that are watching those videos, right? But again, I think the users are going to need a little more education before they think about having an event consultation with you. Going on to the Instagram. Okay. So in terms of the content here, like I said, a lot of content. The consistency and branding could be improved. Lots of different types of fonts. Nothing's consistent. Remember, when somebody's scrolling through their feed, they're looking for things that are consistent. So having a consistent brand message, consistent fonts, colors, all that stuff is super important on Instagram. And it looks like it's sort of missing the mark here. Also, it looks like some of the content is being shared from TikTok because you have that TikTok watermark. Kill the watermark. There are some apps out there that can do that for you and remove that watermark very easily. I suggest you check those out because I think it's SnapTick is one of them that removes that watermark, which is going to help improve the reach, because the algorithm does not like seeing watermarks on these reels. So you're going to want to remove that. Aside from that, I think you can probably do a little more content in terms of what's happening behind the scenes and preparing for an event. I see a lot of images or videos and images of the events, a lot of user-generated content, which is great, but I would like to see the whole setup, how it works, maybe 3 steps to setting up your event. How do you prepare before an event? This kind of educational stuff helps build that know, like, and trustability with the audience, and it definitely helps create that content theme. So broadening the content themes a bit is what I would recommend, and also keeping consistency with the content. And again, I think there's a lot of potential here. Anytime I come across a business that is very active in creating content, that's very exciting for me as a content creator and an agency owner, is when you can feed that fuel for the fire, which is the content. It really helps us do our job that much easier, and there's no shortage of content with Omri events. I definitely think it needs some of that finessing to improve the brand consistency and improve the quality of content that's going out there. I hope you found this video helpful. We'll see you next time.